What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Junior's World of Soul. This video is going to be about gospel bangers. As you can hear, I came in with Flame. This song is Believe That off of his album Forward. You know, I found out about this from my boy EC that I work with. He's a gospel, he's a Christian artist actually. And he told me about this and he said, yo, listen to this. And this is the type of music that I feel like the younger generation need to hear. They need to hear this. It's definitely commercial enough for them to hear. You know, I don't really want too many artists, the gospel artists, to go commercial, but I really feel like the younger generation can adapt with this, especially with the beat, because doing times before this, it used to be where we can hear gospel songs on R&B radio, but it seems like in these days and time we don't even have that anymore. It seems like no gospel songs is getting played. Like, we know gospel artists, but a lot of them are not getting played on these mainstream radios. You can interview them on your show, but you don't play their songs. And I don't think that's cool, because during the time, I remember when BB and CC, Kurt Franklin, Yolanda Adams, Fred Hammond, Trinity 5-7, and so much more used to get played on R&B and hip-hop stations, and they would get #1 songs on it. But it seems like after the 2000s, it just seems like the only ones that was really getting shine was Mary Mary and Kurt Franklin. I would not hear anybody else on mainstream radio. It was really hard for them. And I think it was one time where they put Marvin Sapp, Never Would Have Made It. And that was the only 3 artists I was hearing on mainstream radio. So a lot of these younger generations didn't even know a lot of these songs, these gospel songs. And it was really sad, because we need some inspiration, especially with the problems that we're going through now with police brutality, the Black Lives Movement, and things like that. And I feel like artists like Lecrae and artists like Flame, they can speak to the younger generation, because it seems like the younger generation needs a beat. That's what they need. And Kurt Franklin felt that way in '97 when he brought out Stump. He gave us that beat, and it brought so many people that wanted to come to church, because nobody really is into that traditional, this younger generation anyway. They want something that they can kind of dance to, that we can say praising to, they praising, but it will catch them. And a song like Believe That by Flame can catch them. And I feel like, look, we don't have to be worldly with gospel music, but what I feel is, though, if we can get to this younger generation and we're singing and talking about the Lord, there's nothing wrong with that. So in that case, I felt like here are the 3 gospel songs that I feel like are bangers, and here we go. So as y'all see, I mentioned Mary Mary, and I figured, hey, since I'm talking about them, I'll start with one of the sisters, one of the Atkins sisters. Now she's Campbell now, and that's Tina Campbell. And now in a couple of my videos, I've talked about Tina's great album. Like, I felt like in 2015, her album was one of my favorite albums of the year. And I feel like that album connected to me because it was from her heart, so it connected to mine. And the album is called It's Personal. And she has so many inspirational songs on that album that I feel like can be on the radio, because even in one of my videos, maybe about 2 weeks ago, I did an R&B video, and I talked about her song Speak the Word. And it's the song with her and her husband. And now, if you don't really know Tina's story, Tina did this whole album because of the situations that she was going through with her husband, with infidelity issues and things like that. And she turned to the Lord and she said, God, use me, guide me. I don't want to just get out of my marriage. So she went to the Bible and she started writing all these songs. And Speak the Word, to me, was it had that traditional, but it also had that beat that you can kind of rock to a little bit. And in my opinion, like I said, if you're dancing for God, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what kind of dancing it is, nothing. Like in the Stump video, I love that they were going in, they were doing the backhand bounce and all that, but they were doing it for God, so it's nothing wrong with having that. And, Speak the Word, I felt like was a dope record, and I'm going to put that in the more info box, but actually, the song that I'm talking about is actually one of my favorite songs on the album, and it's called Love, Love, Love. Now, this song makes you want to get your stepping on, and yes, we can step for the Lord, like I said. If it's for Jesus, it's all right. We can get our little stepping on, and this song is with Stevie Wonder, and let me tell you something. I feel like this song is amazing. It got that nice beat to it. You can turn it up in your car and blast it and just have the windows down on a summer day and ride out, and it is a beautiful record. They even let Stevie get down on his harmonica at the end. But give y'all a little sample. Here is Love, Love, Love by Tina Campbell, and it goes a little something like this.
Talk about it, yeah. Talk about it.
Love, love, love. Hey, y'all can get y'all a little bounce to it. Ain't nothing wrong with grooving to it. And let me tell you, like I said, Stevie Wonder and Tina got down on this. And the song is about just being in love and being in love with God, and how you should be in love with God, and how God is in love with you. And I feel this song is amazing. It can be played on mainstream radio. I could just imagine the video, like Stevie, they're in like maybe like a church, and Stevie is playing the piano, and Tina's up there singing, and then you have these younger kids down there getting a little step on. I think that would be so dope, and it would speak to the younger generation. Like, it's all right to get your groove on, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what they doing upstairs, but the devil is a lie. They not gonna ruin this video, because we talking about Jesus, so it's all right. But you know, I can just imagine the video. But this song, Love, 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 I really enjoy it. Y'all go support Tina's album. It's personal, because when somebody does something from the heart, it reaches the heart. So y'all, Love, Love, Love by Tina Campbell. Since we're talking about the sisters, the other sister, Erica Campbell, has a song, a new song that she did for the soundtrack that's for this new show on Bounce called Saints and Sinners. And it's about a church in a community that has to deal with crime, lust, deceit, and so many things that, you know, churches go through. And it stars Vanessa Bell Calloway and Clifton Powell, and it's on Bounce. But of course, if you're gonna do a gospel show, you gotta have a gospel soundtrack, in my opinion, and I'm glad that they do. And it was one of the songs Kelly Price did. It's called Grateful Every Time, and I talked about it in one of my R&B videos, but it's actually for that soundtrack, and it's a beautiful record. But one of my favorite songs that I've heard from the show thus far is the song that Erica Campbell and Keith Robinson did, and it's called Keep Holding On, It's Alright, and it goes a little something like this. No, give me a second, y'all. It's alright. Will be alright. Look, this song is mad inspirational, because everything will be okay if you just let Jesus take control and you keep holding on. He will take you out of the bad situation that you're in. And I feel like everybody can relate to this song, you know, and with everybody being able to relate to this song, I feel like it can be played on mainstream radio. I really, really do. Because after all the ratchetness that we hear on mainstream radio, we need a little bit of inspiration. Especially, like I said, during the times we're going through right now, the things that we're going through in this world right now is not pretty. Dealing with politics, dealing with police brutality, dealing with, you know, how it is with, you know, our black community. And we need some inspiration, especially a song like this, Keep Holding On, y'all. Just keep holding on. And I felt like this song is dope. And let me tell you something, Erica went off at the end. She definitely did. And You know, and what really made me fall in love with the song, to see it being done on their show, Mary, you know, they have a show, and she was in the studio with Jonte Austin, and just to see that, because I already liked it, and then to see the outcome and to hear the outcome of it being made was a beautiful joint. So I'm so glad that this song was being made. Please, y'all, support this song. It is called Keep Holding On with Erica Campbell and Keith Robinson from, and check out the show on Bounce, Saints and Sinners on Bounce. So, yes, Erica Campbell, keep holding on, y'all. All right, so time to slow it down a little bit with my girl, Leandria Johnson. Now, this is my girl. I love her. This girl gets so much criticism, but I love her because she's so real, and she just showed that she loves Jesus. You know, that's what I really admire about her, and it's just like, you know, they might call her ratchet, and they might call, you know, she does too much, but she just shows you that she loves God, and I hate that she gets judged for the things that she does, because at the end of the day, God is the only one that can judge us, and it's so bad that, you know, people in the church community judge on the things she do. What I learned, if you see something ain't right, just pray for them. That's the best you can do, is pray for them and pray that they get out of it. I know we all have an opinion, but when you have an opinion and it's kind of a negative thing, you're judging somebody. And I feel like just pray for them and they will be all right. And one thing I like about Leandria is she shows you that she's not perfect. She's gotten out of so many things, and I feel like this song that she got called Better Days, I feel like that's her story. I feel like every artist has a song that's their story, and I felt like Fantasia would lose to win. That was her story. You know what I mean? Like, she had to lose to win. She had to go through trials and tribulations to come out on top. And I felt like this song with Leandria Johnson called Better Days explains her story in a nutshell. And I love it. I love it to death, because in this song she's explaining no matter how bad things get, and with the help of Jesus, you can get out of it. You can get out. You will not be in a bad situation forever if you just let God take control, because joy will come in the morning. Another Mary plug. But you just know that better days will always be there. You are not gonna always be in that bad situation. Always. And here is Better Days by my girl Leandria Johnson. And it goes like this. Sing, Leandria, sing. You know, ever since she sung I Love the Lord on Sunday's Best, I have been a fan of her, because you could tell that girl has been, has been through some things. She has been through some terrible things. Like, when she first came on Sunday's Best, she was getting judged then, you know, because she was a single mother of 3. But you see what God has taken her through. She was judged on Sunday's Best, but ended up winning Sunday's Best. It's just a beautiful thing, and it just shows I love her journey. And to take that journey with her, now she's a Grammy winner. It's just a beautiful thing. And I love her on the Preachers of Atlanta. I love what she tries to do, because she tries to get the younger community involved and try to get them to love the Lord just as much as she does. And she tries to do it a way where she can connect with them, and there is nothing wrong with that. Try to bring them in. Let people know that God is here and He's always there for them. And they might not know it, but He is. And this song, Better Days, just explains everything, man. And Leandria, I don't want you to stop doing what you're doing. I love what you're doing. Bring these younger kids into it. The things you're doing with the eye process that you have, I really, it doesn't matter. People are going to judge you, but at the end of the day, you know God has got you, especially with the things that He has brought you through. So you know that better days are always on the other side. So this song for you, thank you. Thank you for this, Leandria. I really appreciate it. So the 3 songs that I talked about was Leandria Johnson's Better Days, Erica Campbell, Keep Holding On, and Tina Campbell's Love, Love, Love. Y'all support these joints. Let's get these songs out on mainstream radio so we can have a little bit more inspiration on the radio, and mainstream radio anyway, because we need a lot of that, man. It sucks that, to me, the only time we can really get some inspirational music is on Sundays on these stations and on XM radio. Before then, we didn't have XM radio. We had just FM stations, and, you know, gospel artists were able to cross over because these radio DJs weren't scared to play it. And I hope that whoever's watching this video, and somebody else might be watching it, hopefully they can understand. Let's play some of these inspirational songs on mainstream radio, please. So, with that, and my little rant at the end, but I know God is happy. He know I'm ranting, and it's from the heart, because I do love gospel music. So, as y'all know, I came in letting y'all know that in the 90s that it used to be when you were able to play gospel songs on mainstream radio. So I figured, why not go out with a couple of these songs that were bangers, that were on mainstream radio, that we rock to just as much as we rock to R&B and hip-hop songs. So here's a little medley, and I'm going to start it off. And here's the first song that I will start with, and it goes a little something like this. Yeah. Ooh, that sounded so good. Oh God, I love that song. I love BB and CC. So here's the next one. We're gonna go like this. Uh-oh, y'all hear it. Be optimistic. Yes. Oh my God. When that song comes on, I was just listening to that today, and I had it in my headphones blasting it while I walked into my job, because sometimes you need that, you know what I'm saying? So, here is the next song. This one will get you jumping. It definitely will. And it goes like this. Oh, I remember when that came out when I was in college, man, and I used to listen to that song like every Sunday morning, blasting it out of my dorm room. So that was that one. The next one, I think that this is what everybody used to rock to. And it goes a little something like this. It's the God in me. Hey, it's the God in me. You think I'm so fresh. You think I'm so clean. You think I'm so sweet. It's the God in me. Oh, man, they used to play that all over, and I was so happy that it crossed over to R&B radio. And I actually heard that song in the club one time, and I love that everybody just was clapping their hands, rocking side to side. It wasn't no ratchet one. It just tells you that people knew the song was about Jesus, and we ain't got to be all that ratchet when we hear a gospel song in the club. So that's God in me. So we're going to slow it down. And this song, I ain't even going to try to sing. I'm going to just let her have this. Go on and sing it to the saints.
Guide me until I'm sure
Yeah, Yolanda Adams killed that, man. That is another song that was played on mainstream radio, and everybody was singing it. And people were singing it on American Idol, and people were singing it on a lot of these audition shows, which was a beautiful thing because it just showed you how it connected to people. So That was good. So the last song, since I started it with BB and CC, I'm going to end it with BB and CC because this is actually my favorite gospel song of all time. And to learn that it is actually CC's favorite song of all time. No, it's hers and BB's, but you know, she did when they brought out their album, the last album Still, they brought out, and they did like this unplugged thing, and she talked about how it was so R&B-ish, but she said now it's become her favorite song of all time because at the end of the day, if you don't have God in your life, you're lost, and you feel like you're lost without Him, and that's why this is my favorite gospel song of all time, because when I heard it, it just resonated with me because I feel like I am lost without Him in my life. So here is Lost Without You, and it goes like this. Hopefully y'all enjoy. Peace, y'all.